that Ed? Hello? What's going on?
AKA the Evercade Effect. It's your host with the most. Oh yeah. Roll up, roll up, roll up. It's time for your weekly dose.
I have no idea what's going on. I can't hear anybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Evercade.
How was it that everybody was muted except for Pete during the intro?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I can't see it. Is Ed even on the screen?
Yes.
Yeah, Ed is on the screen right now.
I have no idea what's going on. I have to log back in. It's that Google Chrome crap.
Welcome,
Came
everybody.
here, Ed.
Really?
He's gonna leave and come back. Something
Okay.
screwed up on his end.
And
And I think he kicked you out right before we started too.
he did. Yeah. He did. He old manned it. It's all good. So welcome everybody. Are you eating popcorn? You
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
From
My Disney popcorn.
At first I was like, wait, tell me that's popcorn and not like a trash can.
Yeah, I'm eating trash. Well, I guess some people would say that is trash, you know.
Oh, that's pretty cool though. So welcome everybody. We do have a few things to talk about. Hopefully Pete will join us and kind of come back in here in a moment, and maybe Gandalf will also pop in. While we're waiting.
I think I figured out. You have to say his name 3 times and then it'll appear.
Okay, Pete. Yeah.
Talking about Gandalf.
Oh, Gandalf.
Yeah, but that might not be his real name. It's kind of like a Rumpelstiltskin thing where you have to guess his name and then he'll appear.
Right. Could do that too. For sure. All right. Well, while we wait on that stuff, let's say hi to who's in the chat and whatnot. And we've got Rusta. We got J South. We got Gina the Joke. We got Lloyd, our Jim. We got Morley. Hey, another channel member, DF. Hey, Pete's back. We got Ian Hobby.
Google Chrome.
Got iHeart Retro, Archive Gig, and Jason Shears. Oh my goodness, and Rob Taylor. We have an Evercade fanboy. And yeah. Good morning, everybody, or afternoon. Or
Also,
evening.
I wanted to tell him what your other channel was. I couldn't remember the exact name of it, but I saw it the other day, the Hockey Card Collector 24.
Damn straight. I just put a video up there.
He's had that for a while.
Yeah.
What was funny was I couldn't remember
Keep changing
exactly.
the name.
Yeah, that's the thing. I searched for Hockey Card Collector or something, and none of your videos popped up. I didn't know there were so many hockey card collectors out there.
I'm not in the algorithm. I keep changing my name. That's just like, I love doing that. That's the whole thing with YouTube and me. It's just a big experiment. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I just love playing around with, what works, color combination names and stuff like that. I've been like that since I started like 15 years ago with it.
I've done the same thing. I think I've changed my channel name at least 5 times and made other channels. And
yeah, I've got
abandoned
I
them.
still have a hardcore channel that nobody's ever seen that I've had since the start.
Yeah, you keep teasing this mystery channel that nobody could find.
Yeah.
I hate to say, Jason, but you probably do need to clean your ears. I don't know. I don't think the XP has poor sound, or define what you mean by it.
What are you talking about? Clean your ears.
He says, has the
Clean my
XP
ears?
has sound always been
You know-
poor?
Well,
You know
it
what,
hasn't been exceptionally great. I'll agree with you on that one, Jason.
Let me
It's not
say
like
this. If you have to ask the question, do I need to clean my ears? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not an audiophile, and I think some people can be like way too picky about audio. But
I
that's just
don't
me.
care. I'm legitimately legally deaf, so I have a hearing aid right here. So
Oh,
right, so I'm legally I can only hear 40% anyway. That's why I yell all the time.
so is
Yeah.
it just one ear is 40% and the other ear is 100%?
This one's 100%. Like
Okay.
I'd say probably this one's operating at about 70%. This one's operating at about with the hearing aid 70%.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
So yeah, and this one's pretty close to 100, almost. Yeah. What's up? Yeah, I missed last week because I was in Portland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at the Retro Game Expo. What a freaking funnest time I've ever at Portland. This is the first time yet my whole family went. My cousin's family went. And I must say, I never played so many freaking arcade games and pinball machines. That's pretty much all I did. My pickup video that I'll be putting up will be like literally short because I spent all my time. We were just playing games constantly.
Well, that's what I'm going to do in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I'm going to Pinball Expo for 3 days.
And I got recognized down there by like 5 different people. Like it was pretty cool. I met Intelligent Gamer. He came up to me. You heard me talking to my cousin, and he goes, "All I hear from behind me, man, I know that voice. I know that face." And I'm like, "Oh, crap. Oh man, who is this? Who do I have to turn around and get in a punching match with?" I thought it was going to be the Pat Contry. but no.
There's one YouTuber that went down there and they made a video, and I don't like that they praised him, but whatever, to each their own.
I met a couple of people introduced me. A couple of YouTubers recognized me. John Riggs, and
oh really? Okay.
Yeah, I was playing Pac-Man, and he had come up and he goes, "Man, I know you. I've watched some of your videos." And I'm like, "Well, I definitely know you." He's taller than me, which is crazy. And no, he was there with a guy from the Pixel Junk Squad or NES Pursuit people. Anyway, he's a funny guy. Gabbo, his name is. They were there, so I met them. Metal Jesus was there. John Hancock was there. Reggie was there. So I already know John Hancock and Reggie because they come up to the Vancouver Expo every year. So, and Brett Weiss recognized me. I was walking by.
Yeah, he shows up everywhere now.
Pete. Yeah.
The last, I don't know how many things I've gone to. He's been there.
Yeah, Brett was there, but it's funny. It was only one row between him and Pat Contry.
Oh God,
that's funny.
If you understand it, and
yeah,
it was
you
funny,
think they did that on purpose?
What's that?
Do you think they did that on purpose when they were like?
I don't know, but man, it took up 3 halls. Like this is the biggest I've ever seen Portland. Though I haven't been there for 2 years, but I gotta tell you, man, the amount of pinball machines, there was well over, I'd say 100, 150 different pinball machines. They had the new Marvel ones there. Me and my kids, we played so many games. Man, I played Pong with my son. The Pong arcade machine, my first ever video game. And my son played, and my wife got photos of it. And me and him just played Pong, and he kicked my butt. Like he beat me 9-3. That Pong. Like it was so amazing.
Is you talking about the original arcade machine? Or
yeah, the original arcade box, the yellow box, the little tiny one. Yeah.
Have you ever played the one that was like mechanical? That was like real paddles.
Yes, I played that back in the day, but the one we played on the floor, dude, it was good. And the Crow. Every time I was playing pinball, I was thinking about you. I'm like, oh man, Crow would have a blaster. They had
don't worry about me.
Machines.
I went to Galloping Ghost last week, and I played the pinball machine for like an hour straight.
I was gonna say, it was just so good. Like they had, out of the 3 halls, the vendor hall was like 1.5 size. The rest was console games and in a full computer setup, and then full pinball and arcade, dude. It was freaking amazing, and they had a full Blockbuster replica in the hall. So anyway, I did a walkthrough, and on my members channel, they've got it. I did a full 10 minutes of video of me walking through it each day. And stuff like that, but man, it was so much fun. I can't wait to go back next year.
Nice.
And the kids were with me every day. Like I'd go around looking for games that I was looking, mostly Switch games I bought for some reason. And but we spent all of our time playing games, man. Like especially in the console area, there were so many like rhythm games and stuff like that. It was so much fun. But anyway, that was my Portland trip. That was really good.
Nice.
And ChickfilA is kind of overrated a little bit.
Extremely overrated.
And Raising Cane's is freaking amazing.
Yeah, I like Raising Cane's more than ChickfilA.
And
but I don't know why.
Mike's the best sub I've ever had.
Oh,
I don't like your subs. They give me the diarrhea.
Jersey Mike's give you the diarrhea?
No, you said subs. That's the secret word.
Oh, you don't like submarines?
No, I'm just saying. You said subs, so I got to play
Oh.
that clip.
Did you guys order any of the new Super Pockets?
Yes. One last thing though, the big thing about our trip, and I'll stop talking about it, was my son had a list of American fast food prices we can't get to in Canada. So that was a big part of our trip, checking off the list of things, which was really cool.
You like? What is like ChickfilA? Is that one of
ChickfilA,
them?
Raising Cane's, Jack in the Box.
Did you try the
Jersey
Chick-fil-A
Mike's.
sauce? I don't know. That's why I keep going back to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
I like their
the
sauce.
sauce is great. They don't have any of those in Canada, so it's pretty cool. But anyway, that's but Jersey Mike's amazing. But anyway, that's my. If you want to know more, go over and watch. Oh yeah, but anyway, never mind. You have to be a member to watch it. Paid content. How you like those apples?
Are you putting up? Did you put up?
A little bit about
You didn't
Evercade.
put up actual videos for anybody to watch that you took.
Yeah, I know.
No, that's my member stuff. I keep that for my members.
Are you going to like make it available for everybody to watch?
I don't know. Probably not. It's like the members perk.
Okay.
They get to see the members get to see all my other retro stuff outside of Evercade, right? That's the whole thing about my members that I want. That's the special thing. They get to see me with Genesis games and stuff that I used to do a long time ago, but that's for my members because my channel is really focused on handheld Switch, Evercade stuff, you know. But anyway, enough about me. What did you say, Ed?
You guys get into the new Super Pockets?
I got an order notification from FunSop because first of all, of course, because Super Pockets are awesome. I'm getting the Atari. The Atari one's coming from FunStock, the wood grain one I ordered.
Still haven't bought any. I might one day. I'm not sure. If I do buy one, it's going to be the Atari one. What was the other one?
A Taito?
No, we have the Taito one already.
But then I don't know because I've got the Atari wood grain coming. I know that.
Technos collection.
What is the other one?
Oh, is it Technos? Yeah, Technos.
Oh yeah, the one where they have actual Double Dragon 1 on it, right?
Yes.
No Double Dragon.
No wonder we all got removed from the beta group. We keep flaming them about Double Dragon.
Well, we knew they're full of baloney when he's like, oh, we can't put Double Dragon 1 because it doesn't play good, and then they put Double Dragon 3 on it. Come on.
Yeah, it was in the trailer. First of all, remember they put it in the trailer for
Yeah.
Well, so there's something I did want to break. So for a lot of people that just think, let's say that sometimes we focus on like minutia or other stuff.
What else do they focus on? There's so little news, right?
Well, but like, look though in the patch notes, they finally fixed Donut Doto like they were supposed to. Finally.
Oh, Ed.
Oh, why didn't they do this like last month when I was playing it?
Yeah. Where was that fixed when I actually cared? Actually, wait, I never cared. This is Ed's baby.
Well, no, and that's my point though. It's not it wasn't just me though. There's a lot of people like if you like see that Crazy Burger did a video on this where he brought back
Ed, I only watch your videos. I don't watch anybody else's, so you're the one I care about getting this fixed.
But he's kind of I don't know. A lot of people watch his videos in our community, and that's actually how I found that, and I saw that he tested this, and a lot of people were also saying like Fire Blaze fixed it, like, and that's kind of the thing, is that
did they post it in their like updates? Because that's probably where people would have noticed it first.
They for some reason they didn't group the VS and the VSR and the EXP and the ESR, and so now we have 4 sections of update notes, and they're all the exact same, and it's absolutely pointless. They only needed 2, but no. But the reason I say this is because there are some people that were trying to say that like no, Donut Doto is working as designed, and it wasn't. And it kind of goes back to another thing that I've had an issue with for a while, is that it's like their extra security feature. It's almost like, you know, like they've added a layer of security, which I guess is great. But I kind of feel like when some companies add DRM, like Genervo or whatever, and like the people who legit buy the stuff kind of get punished. So yeah, I'm glad that they fixed it, because I thought it was ridiculous that it was working.
It's too late now because I'm probably not going to play it again.
You will actually.
I don't know if I'd go back to play it. Like, it's not like something that's drawing me back into play.
Exactly.
But you know what? The good news is there anything else that you fixed?
Let's see. But no, that's the great. No, so supposedly though, you can patch carts and depending, some of them you can bring back to the dead. That's why I was like Crazy Burger did a video. He actually, like his Indie Heroes 3, he was able to patch it and it started working again.
Cool. I did get these while I was away.
Oh,
yes,
nice.
I got those too.
Yeah, but I still haven't played this one. I'm still opening this one yet, so that's my next one.
Did you get them from Video Games Plus or?
Yeah.
So you got the pegless ones.
Yes, this is the one. I don't know why this got a Peggy logo. I might have got this one from Funstock for some reason.
That was kind of older though. That was Team 17.
Yeah, that was a part. I got that with the Tomb Raider collection, right? No, wait.
No,
that's older.
No. I've already made a video on it. That's how I know.
Oh,
it's
this
older.
one. I'm sorry, the Thalamus collection.
Yes, the Thalamus collection.
Yeah, this is all. Yeah, this is. That's the, I think probably, that's the one I'm doing next, and then I've got to do these two in videos. So I'm hoping to get this one done today or tomorrow. So.
I guess kind of the point of that, like when iHeart said, it only took them a year to fix it, and then maybe next time they'll fix Asteroids.
That's the problem, right? When you keep adding,
they're never going to fix Asteroids. They're never, because
no, they would have fixed that right away if they would have fixed it.
Yeah. Plus, they said that they would have had to gotten the ROM from Atari. If Atari sent them the wrong ROM, the only way they could get the right ROM is for that Atari to send them the right ROM. Nobody noticed it over there that it was the wrong game. Nobody noticed before they put it out. So, and now it's too late. It's a legacy cart. What's the point of them fixing it?
Yeah, now it's going to be collectible.
Well, but true, because and I'll be honest, they miss a lot of like misspellings and titles, and if it wasn't for beta, maybe why we got kicked out of beta testers. But like every time new stuff would come out,
I didn't know I was in there.
Someone's like,
I don't think I ever was.
I don't know. Yeah, because I'm not surprised. No, dude, that got fixed by Video Games Plus. Fixed it. It took me they had to replace it twice, but yeah. What else are people saying? Oh no, of course there's no hidden game. Thank you. Glad somebody else likes Doto.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad game, but it's not. I gave it 8 out of 10. I don't think it's like I don't think it's like a fantastic game.
Yeah, for me, I like it because it plays.
Like I said, I thought it was going to be before I played any of the games in that collection. I thought it was going to be the #1 game, and it wound up being the #4 game.
What did you like better than it? I'm just curious.
Let me pull up my sheet.
I mean, that one game where you're like the wolf and you shoot things is pretty cool.
Indie Heroes 3. #3, Bone Marrow. #2, Big to Small. #1, ChoCho Mimic.
Wow.
And #1, a lot. The name of the game, ChoCho Mimic, is supposed to be like ChoCho Rocket, but that game doesn't play like ChoCho Rocket. It plays like another game I used to play back when I was a kid called The Incredible Machine.
Wait, is that true though? It's supposed to play like that, or are you just thinking it's supposed to play like that?
No, because the name of the game, ChoCho Mimic.
Yeah,
right.
Because
That's
it's
like a rip on ChoCho Rocket.
Because John Riggs made that, right?
Well, he was involved with it somehow.
Yeah, I was going to say technically,
or he came up with the idea. I think he came up with the idea. Yeah. But the fact is, like when you play ChoCho Rocket, there's action going on while you're placing the arrows and everything on the ground. But in ChoCho Mimic, you place all the arrows down and then you hit a start button and the scenario plays out. It's more puzzle than action. It's no action, in fact. It's all puzzle. Yeah. So it reminds me of The Incredible Machine. I don't know if you ever played The Incredible Machine, but it's very similar where you have a goal on a screen and you place objects on the screen. You hit the start button and either you succeed or you fail. If you fail, you move the stuff around and try again. 100 levels and different endings in ChoCho Mimic.
I wonder if you get all the treasure if you get a different ending, because you don't have to.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
I got every single coin. You get a different ending. In fact, I would not move on from a level unless I got every single coin.
Oh, DF has played The Incredible Machine.
Yeah, Incredible Machine. It's a great game. I know, and it was like I hadn't thought about that game in a long time. And then when I was playing ChoCho Mimic, it just hit me. It's like, man, this is like The Incredible Machine. And we're talking old. I remember playing that back in grade school on Apple IIe's.
Mm.
But yeah, the patching of the carts wasn't officially. I'm hoping they do that with more of them. But I tried patching my like dead renovation collection. You didn't even give me the option. I was trying to bring, you know.
What do you mean your dead renovation collection? Is your renovation
What's wrong with
collection
your
not
dead
work?
renovation? Yeah, what's wrong with that?
My initial one, it died, and then they sent me another one. But I still kept it because it works good as a blank to put in my broken everything. Dust
Well,
cover.
I could fix it.
That might be a good idea for a video.
I'm not kidding, because I've destroyed cartridges and fixed them.
He destroys and fixes. All right, let's get to a poll. So actually, I was really, and of course, it's not going to show. I was really curious on this one, what the community would think. Now, I don't know if people are putting this because if they feel soured by like the alpha, but I was curious, I was just curious if people would be wowed. And I didn't give any details. I just said if they did a special edition, limited edition Tomb Raider for the EXPR, would people buy it? And 56% is like, hell no.
I'd say no to that too.
Do it on a better game. They did it on the right game. They did it on the Duke Nukem. So that was the right game out of everyone they've done so far to do that for.
Yeah, but it wasn't technically a Duke Nukem.
It technically wasn't, but it was
Atomic.
it was an homage maybe to Duke Nukem.
I don't know why they just didn't do that with Duke. They couldn't probably get the license for the hardware or something like that. But yeah,
maybe, I don't know.
It was as close as you could get to a Duke Nukem.
Yeah, and in fact, they never called it the Duke Nukem one. They called it the Megaton or something. I don't know. The Atomic Edition.
Atomic Edition.
Yeah. But what was interesting, only 8% said it was a smart move for them not to do it. So I think people would have been like, sure, it would have been fine. They just wouldn't have bought it. And 5% of people would have bought it.
I saw the Tomb Raider collection bundles at Portland at Songbird and Castlemania Games. Both had tons of Evercade stuff. That was the first time I saw the Evercade R, the Tomb Raider bundle, out in a while. It was the Versus R.
Oh,
it's like they took their naming convention from Microsoft. It's like, how do we confuse the marketplace here? Hey, let's just do all of this stuff.
Yeah, let's go from Xbox to Xbox 360 to Xbox One to
Xbox One S, Xbox One Series S. Oh my god! But anyway, yeah, I saw it down there, and I'm like, oh, that's what it looks like. Oh, cool.
It is interesting that they did kind of rebrand it. Why not release it just as a VS or EXP? I think we talked about that and just say, hey, here's
because it's reduced, right? That's what the R means. It's a reduced package,
or reduced in cost, because it's at least the VS.
Yeah,
it's functionally exactly the same as the regular
one. EXP, it's the reduced one.
Yeah,
with content. Yeah,
which is missing the HDMI out, and it's missing the Capcom games.
Yeah. So there's like, I think, how much cheaper is it? I can't remember.
I don't think it's that much cheaper. It's still $100. And
no,
you're not
more
getting
than
any
for the EXP. That's like 150, isn't it?
It was. It depends. Right?
I mean, there were games bundled with it too.
Yeah,
cartridges. So you still get the Tomb Raider collection, but there were
remember.
different bundles. There was like the basic bundle, the advanced bundle.
There were 152.
Let me see here.
Kind of depends. And then I think after a while, places started to sell it for like 150, and then I think now if you want to get it like on the secondary market, it's like 200.
Yeah, it's 178 Canadian, and you get the you get Tomb Raider with it. Yeah. Yep. Man, they still have the OG available, the Evercade Handheld Premium Edition exclusive Fun Stock Bundle. You can still get the OG Evercade.
Wow.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And then we should be hearing about December's cards hopefully soon.
That's surprised they haven't leaked yet.
They're not coming out this year.
December. It's
already October.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm like Crow now. I'm like 3 collections behind, and I have no idea when I'm going to get all this stuff done. But
plus, I'm just making myself further behind because I'm focusing on pinball.
Yeah, well, that's a you problem.
No, it's not a problem. It's something I want to do.
No, I'm not just. I'm saying it's a new problem. You've decided to do that, so
yes, I have decided to do that.
Yeah.
But I am looking forward to Legacy of Kain whenever that arrives. It should arrive either today.
Like I said, I got mine.
Oh, you
should
didn't
have
get
yours
yours yet?
soon, so you get
No,
me on
I
Saturday, right?
Didn't you order
Mine
from
got-
Video Games Plus?
Yes,
I got mine right here.
But don't forget though, he ordered it. He's in Canada. It didn't like,
I
for
got
me, like,
mine.
all I
I'm
know
not in
is
Canada.
just sometimes both from them and from Funstock, sometimes things can get delayed in customs. Is what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
that's true. And he's down in Texas too, which is like pretty far south compared to Chicago.
I've already had
Yeah,
them for
exactly.
quite a few days already. I've had enough time to rip the cartridges, scan the manuals, and screen capture all the menus.
Look at you.
That's what I do with every cartridge.
Yeah,
When I make the video, I want all that stuff ready if I
Then he
need it.
goes and sells them on eBay.
I just want to pop in the game and play it.
Oh,
man.
look at Jason. Gex collection inbound. It wouldn't surprise me. I'd never
Yeah,
actually played
that's
that more
totally
than one
possible.
level. I only never played that first game more than one level. It's like, isn't it like on a movie set or something like that, the Gex?
No, it's like he gets sucked into a TV, and every series of levels is like a different theme. Like the first one is like Halloween or
I never
themed.
played past that level. So
I played through the whole game. I actually
It's not
beat
a
it.
bad game, so I'd play. Wait, there's more than one Gex?
Oh yeah, there's at least 3.
Well,
there's
dang
more
it.
sad.
I'd love to have that then. I love platformers. And who doesn't want a lizard with sunglasses? I mean, that sounds fun.
I think the third one is actually 3D. Like it's like a 3D platform.
No. Let's not get. I don't want 3D. Never asked for 3D.
That's what the third one is, I think. If it's not the third one, it's like one after that.
No, I didn't think they were. Yeah, I was wondering. Thank you. Yeah, then we're definitely not getting it. There's no way in hell.
Oh, why not?
Well, actually, though,
Because
Square said they want to stop their kind of monopolistic behavior with Sony and want to get their games everywhere. So you never know.
Well, they're already doing that with like the Final Fantasy games. You can play almost all of them on like mobile and on Steam and everything. So why not a Final Fantasy collection on Evercade?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, I might finally play them then. The first I've only ever played. I haven't played 14 is the one I play the most. That's
Really?
the MMO.
The one I played the most was 7. I played it through at least 4 or 5 times.
I played 12. I played 12 a lot. I like 12.
Have any of you played the OG console? Like when they
What's
were on,
that?
like, have you all played like the OG ones when they were on like?
You mean the
cards?
NES?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I never had those games back then.
Them. I got them just through collecting stuff. Like I collect a bunch of stuff, so I do have them on cart. But my cousin collects them like complete in box. But
I had
I
dabbled with
think I'd
the
like
Super
them.
Nintendo once when they were new, like Final
Yeah.
Fantasy 2 and 3, which
But
were
they
actually
screwed up
4
all
and
the
6.
order, right? So you gotta figure out like what was released here wasn't necessarily the order they were released in officially. It's like a kind of BS, right?
Well,
so
it was the right order. It's just that we missed certain entries, but it doesn't
my
really
goal is to
matter
finish this
because
game before holidays.
Really missed one.
Beyond the Beyond, that was the very first RPG on the PlayStation, and I bought it and played it for that very fact.
I did 2 live streams on it so far. I'm going to continue to do another live stream on it. But there's a puzzle in it that it's always random, no matter whatever time you play. So there can't be a walkthrough to it. It took me like an hour to figure out the puzzle. I went on the web, and the guy's video was all about don't look for help here because it's completely random. There is no. It's a sliding puzzle.
I don't remember the game being that difficult. I remember I played through it before,
Oh, it is not
even
easy,
knowing about
dude.
Game Facts.
You got to grind a lot, but it's that.
Well, I
puzzle.
like grinding. That's
But anyway, I
Hey,
enjoyed it.
Alex,
It's pretty cool. I like the story.
Remember that?
Well, the reason I was playing all these RPGs on PlayStation is so hyped for Final Fantasy VII that I was buying and playing every RPG on the PlayStation before that came out.
I played Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation maybe for an hour, and I'm like, it's not my jam. I went
I
play Tekken.
I probably have hundreds of hours of Final Fantasy VII.
You all are unique in some gaming aspects. No, but like I guess like growing up, like at least in my friend circle, like RPGs were huge. And like we'd all like had played all like the variations of Final Fantasy, Secret of Mana for Game Boy, like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, that we could get our hands on.
Some say that Final Fantasy VII is very overrated.
Yes, some do say
Final
that.
Fantasy in the Final Fantasy series is not considered the
No,
best.
Any very popular game is going to have a subsection of people saying that
Well,
game's overrated.
Listen, it's one of, and I'll admit, it's one of those things where if you never played Final Fantasy VII now, and you go back and play it, then yeah, you're not going to get the hype and why. It's just like that moment in time. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's a lot of games are like that. A lot of games are like that. Nostalgia is a huge thing. How it came out, what it was being, its contemporaries at that time. You have to compare it to what was out there, right? I think that a lot of people were upset that it was in 3D at the time. I can remember that.
I don't know. I don't remember that because it was like the big selling.
I can remember like back then when I was like looking at magazines and stuff like that, and people just said, "Oh, I wish they would have kept the 2D art style." And they kind of did. It was quasi, right? It was quasi 3D, 2D.
Well, it was like 3D characters, but then on
2D sprites,
like images.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did not enjoy it. It's just that, like at the time, though, I was more into sports games, adventure games, and fighters. Right, like Tekken was still one of my favorite games on PlayStation. I love Tekken.
No, Tekken's cool. I still think nothing fighting wise, nothing can hold a candle to Street Fighter 2.
I'd say Mortal Kombat can hold a candle to it.
Close.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat and Tekken.
But Mortal Kombat, Tekken, and Street Fighter, and I'd say arguably they're the three. They've outdone each other in every generation. One or two of them have done better. Like the latest Street Fighter, me and Crow played a shit ton of that. That's amazing. And the latest Tekken 8 is amazing, right?
Although I haven't bought
Mortal Kombat, the redo, I finished that game. I saw it and finished it in 2 days. Like I loved it so much.
Mortal Kombat 1?
Yeah, the new one, the latest one. Yeah, the reset.
I have it and I still haven't played
it.
Dude,
they reset everything. Everything is reset in it. It's so good.
Yeah,
too.
I keep seeing videos about it, and it looks so good. But
dude,
it was funny. I was
best of the three for what it does.
Here's the funny thing: I clicked on this video that was like Mortal Kombat something. It said the name of the video was Mortal Kombat something something something. I clicked on it and I was watching it, and it took me like a good minute before I realized it was footage from Mortal Kombat 1 and not a live action TV show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I agree with Gene. If we're talking about like the 3D fighters, I think that
but Soul Calibur couldn't hold it, right? And they only are in 3D. Like we're talking about went from 2D. Well, Tekken was started in 3D, but like Soul Calibur didn't really continue it, right?
Soul Calibur was big for a while because it was like one of the earliest games on the Dreamcast, and it looked really good.
It's still freaking fun to play. Like Soul Calibur is still one of the best fighters to play. That's how good it is, right?
I think peak Soul Calibur was Soul Calibur 2. Yeah. Because every platform had its own secret extra
Xbox
character.
had Spawn, GameCube had Yoda.
No, GameCube. No, you're thinking that was the one after that. That was Soul Calibur 3 with Darth Vader and Yoda.
Yeah.
On GameCube, they had Link.
Everybody
I knew played it on GameCube.
And then PlayStation had the guy from Tekken,
Hihachi Mishima.
Yeah, with the hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur's awesome.
But I wouldn't mind a Mortal Kombat collection on Evercade if they included like the first three. That would be awesome.
Well, the trilogy's on PlayStation.
When they say first three, there's 2 3s. There's Mortal Kombat 3 and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
But they could maybe just include. I don't know what the difference is between 3 and Ultimate.
Oh, there's a lot of differences. There's
characters
levels,
and extras.
Levels, extras. Yeah.
Was Ultimate 3 for Super Nintendo, or did that start like in the PS1 era?
PS1.
It was arcade. It was also in the arcade.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 3 and Ultimate Mortal Kombat were in arcades.
Yeah.
The funniest thing I remember I can't remember if it was Mortal Kombat 3 or Mortal Kombat. You know how like when you were done, you could enter in the codes or whatever and secret codes. And the biggest kick I got was entering a code and the announcer, and it was like Shao Kahn going, "It's official, you suck." And I was like, for a second, I thought I accidentally got a code.
No.
See, Ed Boon was brilliant. Like if like the whole like mythology and everything, and like the fatalities, that was huge.
Yeah.
Like that was.
But yeah, I highly recommend the latest Mortal Kombat. Like it is so good. But I think like story wise, it's awesome. Better than Tekken and Street Fighter. But Street Fighter, the world they built, is probably better than Tekken and Mortal Kombat. Like the overall game package is better, I think. Because just that city you get to run around and do all the quests and get all your trainers. It's so
for Mortal Street Fighter 6, they went all out.
You're talking about the Fortnite MMO. Sorry. That's what the latest
the reason they did all that was because of how bare bones Street Fighter 5 was.
Yeah, it was so bad.
It didn't even
It's
have
a
an
fighting
arcade
game.
mode.
Like
Yeah.
it's just a fighting game. There really isn't supposed to be a story. You fight. There's special moves.
People like to play like an arcade. Like imagine a Street Fighter game coming out with no arcade mode.
Yeah, that was bad.
Was it just a story mode? That would or
It just was versus. You
It
could
was
play
just versus,
versus
yeah.
a person or versus the computer. That was it. That was all that was available on Street Fighter 5 at launch.
but isn't that arcade mode though?
No.
Okay.
Our versus mode is not an arcade mode. Arcade mode is when you select your character and you move up through the ranks.
You go
and then
through a
there's
ladder.
boss, and then you beat
Oh,
the
you
game.
took that away.
Yeah, that's
Versus is just you and your opponent pick a character, you play around, and then you go back, pick another character,
Oh.
and you play around,
Yeah.
and just keep
Sounds like
doing
one
that.
player mode. No, that's dumb. Yeah, you need to be able to
Yeah, you need the
progress.
arcade. You need the ladder, right? That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a if I find it, there's a whole retrospective on Street Fighter games, and very recently they came out with the Street Fighter 5. It was like mostly Street Fighter 5 they talked about, and there's like I can't remember how long this video is, well over an hour long, talking about Street Fighter 5 at launch and all the how it improved over time.
Yeah, I never got back into Street Fighter until 6. To be honest with you, like I left at probably 3.
The funny thing is that like I was ignoring Street Fighter 5 because it was like the very first one where it's like where they were really heavily into the DLC and stuff.
Yep.
And like back in the day, my mentality is like, man, they can't just like hide away characters and fighting games because doesn't that ruin the balance of the games and stuff? Just that throw in new characters.
Mm.
But I guess that's they just keep tweaking the updates and it's very acceptable now. But that's why it's like, oh, I'll buy Street Fighter 5 when it's done. But the thing was, it was never done. And but I did
won't
buy
go
it
wrong with
eventually,
6.
but I don't know if I ever played it.
You cannot go wrong with 6. Like,
yeah,
6.
6 is awesome. Yeah.
What a package! What a package!
I still haven't been back to that game in a long time, but I still haven't played any mode other than the where you wander around the streets and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
I
the only
played,
mode in the game I played.
all the other modes, but the world, the open world aspect.
Yeah,
of
the open world
story,
aspect.
Yeah,
I
that's
still
pretty
haven't
fun.
finished it. I kind of got pulled away from it.
Well, one of the best versions of Street Fighter is coming out on Evercade Alpha. That's Street Fighter Alpha 3. Although I wish it was Third Strike.
Alpha. A lot of people say Alpha 2 is better than Alpha 3.
I'm not sure.
I've never
Have you played
I
Flea
would
2 yet?
heard that just based upon you have a bigger roster and like you have a bigger roster in 3. Like a lot bigger of a
It's
roster.
not just the roster; it's the game mechanics.
Hmm.
That's odd because usually for fighting games, like the later versions are so much like they're upgraded, like they fix a lot of issues and all that.
not
That's
played
not
Flea 2
necessarily
yet.
true.
Have you guys played
Sometimes
Flea
they
2?
add new features that people don't like.
Have you guys played Flea 2?
No,
Not yet. I'll play that tonight. I need to.
Gene was asking. I'm like, I've not had a chance to look at my Evercade since
I'll
I got
play it when I get my Indie Heroes Collection 4.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Flea 1, so I'm not sure if I'll like
I really
Flea
liked Flea 1. It might
No,
have
I
been-
mean, like, I never said I don't like it. I just wasn't a big fan, right? Like, it's.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying is that it might have been my number one game of that collection.
Probably. It sounds like a crow statement to me.
No, it's my number 2 game. Number 1 game was Twin Dragons.
Oh, Twin Dragons is fun.
That's all right. Yeah.
I liked it so much, I actually bought a physical copy of the cartridge.
Really?
Yeah, Twin Dragons.
That's dedication, man. I don't think I'd do that. No.
It wasn't that much. That's why I bought it. It was
Oh, okay.
available, and I was like, "Oh, this not bad price," and I bought it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we should get news on those new carts soon.
I hope so. Like for the new carts, I see that like it's going to be in black and white. Either they're going to hold up to last year, or it's going to be very lackluster. And if they're and it might be one of the situations where because they're released in December, there's a lot of pressure on those carts. At least for me, like I'm gonna hold it to a higher standard based upon what they've done in the past because they've always put their best stuff like in December or like close to it.
Really?
They'll probably be blue carts. I like when
Let's
Gene
see.
said
Let's see if that's true. Because I have right here release orders, and when things were released, if I can actually switch.
Well-
Here we go. So we're talking about 2023. The games that were released in November were Full Void, Home Computer Heroes Collection 1, We Duke Nukem's Collection 1 and 2, Good Boy Galaxy Witch and Wiz, and Demons Aster Bros.
Mhm.
That was around. But again, last year they released like half the cartridges they released that year in November.
Yeah. There was a lot of delays.
Ever delays. Yeah.
In 2022, in November, December, we had Galco Arcade 2, Alwa's Awakening Cathedral, C64 Collection 1, Irem Arcade 1, and Toaplan Arcade 1. And then in 2021, again, there's like a whole bunch of that were released in December on the same day. And it's mostly because that was when the VS came out. So you had the 4 arcade collections of the VS, but then also Intellivision Collection 1 and Bitmap Brothers Collection.
Where's our
1.
roadmap from this year? Do we have this updated for this year?
Yes, I can go back. Yeah, I was showing last year. Yeah, I had to update it because Blaze has given up on doing that.
Poor Blaze.
Maybe.
Always getting the guff from us.
Well, it's good that we keep. I mean, it's good that we keep them honest. Why isn't it?
They don't care.
Yeah, it's like, we're not keeping them. We're not. What we're doing is not changing what they're doing at all.
Yes, exactly. And if what we're doing is impacting them, they've got bigger problems than I thought.
Yes, exactly. It's that, what we're doing doesn't affect them in the least.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I'd like to think that with like talking about things like donut, like raising awareness.
They were aware of it for how long before they fixed it?
Yeah, exactly.
How many updates went by without it being fixed?
Too many. There we go.
They don't care about us. What is this little sad face thing in July? What is that supposed to be?
Because that's when we were supposed to get Tomb Raider, and it was delayed. Yeah, so I put something there.
We were supposed to get the VR.
Why not just put nothing there?
Because it was sad.
Because
The
look,
VSR is
you've
not
kind
out,
of
right?
misaligned August now, because now there's August is
No,
taking
August
up way
is
more
down there.
space.
There's
This
VSR
is
down
not
there.
right. This is weird. This map is weird.
Why does the Tate grip get its own separate entry?
Yeah.
Because it was something.
Ed, did you make this?
Yeah, I made it. Yeah,
Ed clearly made this.
yeah,
It's like, why am I so confused by this?
yeah. I made it because again, the Blaze they do cool things, and it's like, oh, well, we can't be bothered to continue. I'm like, no.
Yeah, Photoshop is hard.
Well, it's not only that. The September month and November, I couldn't find a good image at the time of the cards by themselves.
No, not for you, for them.
Oh.
No, this is fine.
He's being sarcastic.
I'm saying Photoshop is hard for them. You're asking why they can't be bothered. I'm like, Photoshop is hard.
Yeah. Well, what I don't understand about Blaze is like a week or two after carts are released, they'll write a blog post and they'll go into detail in a game, and I'm like, why don't you all make videos? I mean, maybe I don't know. Again, it seems like they're behind on their own stuff, and I don't get. And I wish that like Sean, like when he used to actually come in Evercade and he could explain stuff, but I don't know.
But they did make a video. They made a video when they were previewing the cart, when they were announcing it.
But that's all they do. That's really they just do like one minute announcements. That's pretty much
Bastards.
it.
Why would they need to make a video? Why would they need to make a video after the cartridge is released? Because everybody makes a video when they get the cartridge. So why do they need to do it?
Well, they shouldn't do it at the time when they're released. I'm surprised they don't make like a more in-depth video showing previews and hyping.
But they don't need to, because everybody else is doing that for them.
I guess. I don't know. Like I guess like those in detail blog posts, they seem like early 2000s to me. Like I don't really know who reads those or.
You'd be surprised how many people read dead blog posts.
Yeah, I've actually read those blog posts.
Yeah, it's extremely popular in the gaming industry for people.
Or maybe older. Well, I was gonna say maybe older people or people our age maybe do. I usually.
It's all on you and Crazy Burger, man.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, if you look at like, and that's why I'll say like the order and what's come out like this year. That's why I say it's been like the weakest. Come in handy for the blue cards. It's just I don't know. It's the weakest. It's the weakest year. Not the way that I think they should have.
I don't know. This doesn't seem any weaker or better than any other year to me.
Yeah, I'm staying with you. It's all subjective.
Well, it is, but like this, and I'll tell you why. It's like the announcement for these guys should have been at the beginning of the year, and the arcade carts should have come out sooner to kind of hype that. And you should be able to get a package to go with it, right?
Their roadmap every year and their announcements every year have always been, we don't know when they're coming. They come, things get delayed every year. So this is, to me, no different.
But the reason why this was pushed is because I don't even know if these have been like, I don't even know if there's like an actual working like pre-production model of these, right? You know, kind of like in true Blaze fashion, they push like they did at the Expo. They push things as far as they can go to the end of the year. They announce things and they get over, you know, they get way over their head before stuff is ready. Except for the VS though. The VS they actually did that. And because I think they're able to focus on one thing. So that's all. It's just I noticed this pattern like Blaze starts to go in one direction and then they start to slip back. And then I get concerned because in an era where people want more for gaming and all that, Blaze needs to they need to keep, like most companies, like raise the bar, doing more and be exciting. And they did this last year, but now they've reverted. And if you want to stay relevant, you know, keep people excited.
To me, the Evercade Alpha takes care of that.
Not well for who though? Like for
Me.
you personally?
For me, I said for me.
Yeah, but it's not.
I know I know you don't care about it at all. I know most people don't care about it at all, but for me,
there's two. I think there's two people that want it. One is collectors, and one is people from the arcade space. Otherwise, if you kind of fit in between, I don't think you care about that as much. Because it's more.
I mean, the big thing is that it's a way higher priced item than other things that they've released. That's why. Like, I think a lot of people are not interested in it. And I'm kind of surprised that they would release something like that as well at that price point. But I like the idea of it. So
Yeah. And maybe it wasn't their focus. Maybe that's why it's later in the year. They're just throwing that out there and seeing what sticks.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to the Evercade Alpha.
No, but that's like, it was interesting. That's like what I was kind of talking with people last night. Like, and I kind of like, and I think there's a like, I think there's a part of our community that gets frustrated. So like, if you, and I said this, like, if you're just buying Evercade to just play the games, then I could see why people are frustrated, because, you know, for me, for Evercade, it's not just about like, it's not just playing the game. It's about the whole experience. It's being able to get a cool physical thing with a physical manual, and there is some discovery. You know, it's like the whole package. Because I would say, like, if you did want to play all those games, you could just load them up on like any emulator and just play it. But it's, for me, like, it's not going to be the same experience. And so when I like something like when Thalamus comes out, and for me that was just like a pile of dookie, then it's just, you know, it's like getting a piece of coal in your stocking. You know, and
I'm really looking forward to Thalamus too, because I'm really looking forward to seeing how wrong you are. Because a lot of people were so excited about Thalamus. And you just came along and was like, "This is the worst thing."
You'll see mine. This weekend, I'm going to be doing mine, so mine will come out. I'll give you the definitive answer if it's any good.
Well, in a couple months when I get to it, then I'll have the real definitive answer.
Then no one will care. Yeah, we came up with that here on Evercast. Ever delays.
Actually, I came up with it 2 years ago on an actual name of one of my videos. Ever delay.
So there you go.
If it's been Evercade, it's been done before. Probably by me.
Yeah. Actually, when there is the next Ever delay, like Gene made a whole song. Like the Ever delay effect.
I actually remember that thumbnail. It's an image of traffic, a picture of a traffic going in down the highway and a traffic delay sign blinking. That was my thumbnail for it.
No, I couldn't. No, I couldn't remember. No, if you say you created it, I believe you. That's cool.
Well, I did, and that's the way it is. And that's the bottom line.
It's Pete's one contribution. But it's all good. But no, though, seriously though, it's just like the funny thing. Like I will say this for the C64, and I know there's the passion, but it's the one collection that I think has like the biggest excuses, because I hear people keep saying like, "Oh, this next one is so much better. This next one," and in my opinion, it's the one that keeps getting progressively like worse for the computers.
I don't know about that. I never really claimed that each collection would get better and better. they're all about the same to me.
Like Pico, right? Like, listen, I guess for me, I'm not as defensive. Like, I understand completely why people don't like the rest of the Pico collections. Like, I totally get that. It's kind of like it's hit or miss, right? It's kind of like it's kind of like one of those things where some of those games are awesome and some of those other games kind of feel like if you were to buy one of those like knockoff consoles that have built-in games.
Well,
so it's
Pico, I never get excited over a Pico collection because Pico owns the games from companies that have went out of business. So how good could those games be if they release these games and they went out of business?
It's like the Cheetah Man collection.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll take
surprised if they did own that.
I'll take that. I'll take the. You know what? I want them to do the Cheetah Man collection. Do the one where they fixed all the bugs. Like have where you can play it where they fixed all the bugs and where they hadn't. I kind of jokingly said I wanted the Cheetah Man collections better than C64.
Like, you know what? Every time I think of Everdelay or On Time, someone mentioned Ever On Time. You ever watch Die Hard 3 or Die Hard 2, the one with the planes? And there's a flight from England, and the stewardess comes over. It's like, we're like British Rail. We might not get you there on time, but we'll get there. It's like that's what Evercade is like.
You want to hear something funny? I don't think I've ever seen any Die Hard movies.
Well, that's a you problem.
That's my problem. Yes, I know.
That is just weird that you've not seen the best Christmas movie ever.
Yeah,
it takes me forever to get to see those movies. It took me a long time to see I don't know what. Shoot, I don't. Oh, like the Rocky movies. It took me like years, like decades before I watched them.
Are you sure you're American?
Yes. Sorry.
Really? Are you sure you're American?
Hey, I have different tastes. You know.
You know what? Gene summed it up. Yes, Pico is the rental game collection. Yes, basically it is. It is the rental game collection. But the issue though is that like when you have that and then you put, I don't know. Hopefully, Bitmap Brothers will be better. But when you put in too many of those kind of like collections, like kind of those mediocre collections together, I think that's an issue. Like,
well, the funny thing is, like, I feel like I've seen bits and parts of Die Hard, like so much that I have seen the whole movie just at different times in a different order.
So many memes and stuff about that. Oh
like,
my god!
I know the whole plot of the movie. I just haven't seen it.
I don't like memes.
Yeah, thank you, DF. Yeah, what, you haven't seen Terminator, Alien, Predator? Exactly.
Alien. I haven't seen Alien. None of
Which
the
is
Alien
better,
movies.
Predator 1 or Predator 2?
I've only seen the first Predator movie.
Oh, you haven't seen the one with Carl? Was it?
Danny Glover. Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Danny
one.
Glover. Yeah.
I need to see the latest Prometheus one, but
I haven't seen. Yeah. I'm actually a big fan of Alien versus Predator, the first one on Antarctica. I love that movie.
I'm just not really interested in the Alien. Mad Max, yeah, no. I've seen all the Mad Max movies. Those are awesome. many times.
Mad Max and Mad Max Road Warrior, the first and the second one are remarkably different shot films.
Yes.
And they're,
Then Beyond
they're a lot like Alien and Aliens. Actually,
you know what? The only one I haven't seen yet is Furiosa. I just haven't had the time to watch it yet.
But would you agree, though, Crow, that Mad Max and Road Warrior is kind of the same context of Alien versus Aliens? One is a very thoughtful piece. The other one is balls to the wall action, like kind of, right?
Well, yeah, they're completely different.
Yeah.
It's I like it when the sequels.
I love both for that.
It's kind of like Gremlins and Gremlins 2. Gremlins 2 is a completely different movie than Gremlins 1.
Because Gremlin 1 is kind of wholesome in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and that's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
What? How? No, it's like there's just like some movies and some things, like unless you purposely chose like not to see stuff when it comes on HBO or something, like how
I never had HBO.
Yeah.
Never had cable.
Interesting.
My parents never
I grew up without cable too. I didn't have cable. I had 3 channels. I had CBC Montreal, CBC Newfoundland, and French CBC Montreal. So that's all I had.
And when I went to go rent videos, I didn't rent the stuff that everybody had seen. I wanted to see the weird stuff that nobody knows about.
Dude, this is the guy that likes Mystery Science 3000 Theater, whatever that is.
In fact, when I did have cable, that was the only reason I had cable. When that show got canceled off of cable, I canceled cable.
But didn't you have like friends who had cable and HBO and like watch things and?
Well, wait, yeah, but if I'm hanging out with my friends, I'm not sitting there watching TV.
You never watched movies with your friends? I mean, that's like a
Yeah, we watched movies, but we didn't sit there watching cable.
I used to. Only time I ever watched. We didn't have cable. We had my friends and my cousins and my uncles had satellite dishes, so that's how I got to watch Transformers cartoon and Robotech and all that goodness.
My uncle used to have one of those big, giant satellite dishes in his yard.
You know what my
had a
favorite
huge-
TV show of all time is? If you're Canadian in the chat, you'll get this. But my favorite TV show of all time is The Beachcombers. It's a
I never
Canadian
even
show
heard of
that
it.
ran for like 25 years. It's called The Beachcombers.
What genre is Beachcombers?
It's just kind of comedy drama. It's basically about competing loggers who go in their boats and get drift logs and sell them to mills. And there's a
And
whole
this went
drama.
on for 25 seasons?
It is amazing. It's Canadiana. If you've never seen it, go just YouTube Beachcombers.
I'll have to
It's
remember
amazing.
that.
Crow, I think honestly, Crow, you'd love it. I think
I
honestly,
probably
you'd love it.
would.
Yeah.
I like the weird kind of stuff. Like
Yeah. And it was all filmed in just a 20-30 minute ferry ride from Vancouver in a town called Gibson. And now anyway, I grew up on the East Coast, so I always fell in love with that because
I have
it's
to
really
look
never
this up
winter
because
here.
I have a hard time believing this is a show that went on for 25 seasons.
It started in 1972, the Beachcombers.
Damn,
So anyway,
1972 to
I was on the other
2004.
coast where winter was winter. Yeah. Yeah, good
no,
old relic. There you go, Lloyd. There you go.
yeah. No, just like growing up, like I grew up in a really small town, but like I was always like very interested in like movies and whatnot. Because back then you kind of had to watch them when they came out, and if you didn't, you had to wait like a while.
You know, I'm gonna hang out with my friends. We're not watching TV. We're not watching movies. We're playing video games. You know?
Yeah, you could do all that, but yeah,
We used to, when I was a kid, we used to play Transformers and Star Wars with sticks outside and chase people. We all be characters. Like, oh, I'm Luke this time. Someone be Han, and then we play Transformers or GoBots, and we'd like I'd be Leader One. And
I'll tell you, we used to play baseball outside in the intersection of a street where each corner was a base.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm just saying I've done all that. So that's why I hate sometimes when like baby boomers would give us like a bad rap, like, oh, we played outside. I'm like, yes, I did all that, and I played video games, and I went out of town to see. You know, you can do multiple things.
The only movie I remember actually watching with a group of friends was The Golden Child.
Oh, the
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
It's so bad. It's so bad.
No, it could be. I mean, it could be. Maybe you weren't into movies as much growing up, but like for me, like movies were cute. Like I love movies.
Eddie
Even to
Murphy
this
was
day.
always risky to watch a movie. I remember my dad and mom got Coming to America and didn't realize it wasn't just a kids' comedy. And the first scene where he's getting bathed, I never saw my dad get off on the couch and run to the VCR and hit eject. Like,
you know what's
yeah,
funny is I remember when I was in school when that movie came out, everybody was talking about that.
Yeah, my dad, because we used to rent videos from our house, and my dad just thought it was a comedy, so he put it in. Our village is so small, so my dad used to run my dad was a teacher, but he was he used to rent videos and video games, and I used to rent video games. But yeah, he put it in. My dad, whenever he saw it, it's like, yep, can't watch that one.
Yeah, that's why I didn't watch too many movies with my parents. I'd go out, with friends.
Oh, I watched a lot of westerns with my dad, like a lot of westerns. Like I grew up watching a lot of spaghetti westerns, a lot of Clint Eastwood stuff, probably stuff I shouldn't have been watching, like under 8-9 years old. But because westerns in the 70s and 80s were pretty brutal, right? Like there was a lot of stuff happening. But I remember watching those with my dad. My dad would say, "Hey, you better shut your eyes on this one," because he had watched it 10 times already. So. And he used to get our friend used to do videos of Gunsmoke. They used to watch. They had a dish, and they used to record on VCR all these westerns for dad. So I remember watching Gunsmoke, watching a lot of stuff with Audie Murphy in it, and stuff like that.
I saw Goonies in the movie theater.
I still love Goonies. Doing this truffle shuffle.
What's funny is I don't like the movie as much as everybody else does. I think it's an okay movie.
Yeah,
but
you're special. You're different.
Yeah.
Well, the movie I remember seeing in the theater at Loud was Back to the Future.
Yeah, Back to the Future was great. He should not have survived like that bulletproof vest. No way that survives those guns.
Tried Goonies at 41, couldn't do it. Yes, a lot.
And also, that was the first time in an 80s movies where the bad guys actually hit their target. Because if you watch Rambo's and all the Arnold movies in the 80s, the bad guys never hit them. they'd shoot at him constantly. But in Back to the Future, they actually should have killed Doc.
You know what?
Or
That's
Star
another
Wars.
one I haven't seen. I have never got around to watching the Rambo movies.
Yeah, dude. First Blood is okay. Another one where First Blood is Oscar worthy. Rambo 2 and 3 are action movies.
I
First
have
Blood was filmed an hour from here in Hope, BC. The whole movie, and if you have to watch First Blood, it is one of the most amazing films ever made, and he never
Again,
gets
it's another one of those movies that I know the whole plot of it, and I've seen so many clips.
And he doesn't really talk in the movie. It's all about his expressions. Like he's that movie First Blood is probably one of the, I would say, top 100 films ever made in my opinion.
UHF, one of my favorite movies.
Okay,
of all time.
yeah. I figured, I'm like, dude, you had to have seen that.
What's funny though is I remember like at the video store we were gonna rent a movie and I wanted to rent UHF and everybody's
Can
like,
you
no,
watch First Blood? Can you just watch First Blood?
Can I watch it? Yes, I can.
Do it. You should watch it. Like honestly, watch it. Put it on a list and watch that movie, man.
I have so many movies on my list that
this one you should watch. I think you really, really, truly enjoy.
You know what is ruining me is YouTube. Because I'll just watch YouTube videos for like 3 hours instead.
That happens to all of us. So, but you gotta sit
know.
down sometimes and watch these movies, especially movies that just get lumped in with the rest of the series. Like, oh, it's Rambo. I'm not watching that. That was the first Rambo. But no, this one, like,
I might do it because I'm actually getting to watching stuff that I haven't seen in a long time or ever. There was a series, an anime series called Project Echo, and I'd only seen the first part of it, and I'd never seen the rest of it. I finally got around to watching, most of it. There's still 2 more I haven't seen, but that's on my list right now.
Yeah, it's so, and you get, like I always say, I'm writing lists more to do stuff because we only got X. It's a finite number of years on this planet, and there's so much I've missed it.
Cabin in the Woods is great because I took my wife to see that she didn't know anything about the movie, and I told her it was like a horror movie with a cabin in the woods, and the movie started, and I remember it's in the office guys, and they're talking back and forth, and she looks at me and she's like, "Is this the right movie?" And right when she said that, Cabin in the Woods showed up on the screen.
That's funny.
Oh man. What are we talking about again?
Well, I think we're talking about movies, right? This is the podcast about movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could talk movies. Movies is up there with video games for me, like for my loves. I can watch. I'm the person too who'll watch movies over and over again. Like I just love, like just watching movies I enjoy and seeing them from different perspectives, especially as you get older. Like what I appreciated about certain movies in the past, as an adult, you see them from a different lens, right?
Yeah, movies you liked when you were a kid, but you don't like them anymore,
Yeah, that happens too. That happens a lot, right? Like, I can't believe I like that. Like, whoa, gross.
Things are a product of the time. No, that's why I watch more movies and shows than I do play video games because you can just sit back and just like kind of like chill out, not have to think. Video games.
Mystery Science Theater never gets old for me. Never. I've seen every episode hundreds of times. It never gets old.
The TV show The Office never gets old for me. I've seen that.
Guess what? I've never seen The Office.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't enjoy it because you don't work in an office. But I used to work in offices a lot in my early career, and I can understand a lot of the comedy because I'm like, yeah, we had a guy like that, or we had a girl like that in our office.
Yeah, it was one of the most relatable show. It may have gone on like too many seasons, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it kind of, when Michael left, it kind of like
the jump the shark. Yeah.
Actually, the better show about an office is the IT Crowd.
The proper UK one.
Oh my god. Yeah, I would agree with you. Oh my god. Yes, I love
The Rings of Power. I'm on episode 2 RMGB of season 2. I just started watching it. I love it. And the fact that, I'm a big, like, I've got a giant map. Everybody knows I have a map right in front of me of Lord of the Rings, right? You guys want to see it?
Okay.
You're gonna show us. Oh, that's cool.
That doesn't matter what we say. We're gonna see the map.
This is the map of Lord of the Rings. It's upside down now. It's the video. This
it
is
was right side up. It was right.
Tell me why. I'll speculate here.
So that's Lord of the Rings Online's current map of 2 years ago, and I had the picture put on canvas. because I love it so much.
IMDb, yeah, that's an awesome map. Tell me why you don't like it. I have a feeling. I wonder if you're one of those people that like have read the books. And no, because he said he doesn't. He said he didn't like season 1, and I was wondering if he's one of those. Because if he's one of those people,
there's no books, right? So it's only this is what thing is, right? There's really just notes and thoughts on what the second age was and the first age. Like there's not similarity tells a lot about it actually, but I see for season 1 as Galadriel, why she's so dangerous in the Lord of the Rings movies, as she's presented as this pivotal power, and that's what the whole season 1's about. How Sauron corrupted her thoughts, because that's what he is, a deceiver, right? He can control people's minds and opinions. That's what he's all about. But he can only do it with one person in proximity. He needs the rings of power to do it. So the whole first season, in my opinion, is all about Galadriel, a person who's already deeply hurt for the death of her brother, but how she actually transitions and why she's this in the Lord of the Rings. You know, when she talks to Frodo about what the ring could do to her, it's because it could turn her into like a Sauron character. And that first series, the first year, is all about that for me.
Yeah, and it's great.
I actually explained that to somebody recently why I think season 1 is misinterpreted.
So real token, compared to what are you comparing it to the existing movies? Because my whole thing is that, like, if you're somebody that likes Dungeons and Dragons and you love fantasy, you're going to like Lord of the Rings. That's like the epitome. Like the acting is great, the effects are great, the story, as Pete just explained, is awesome. Like I don't know. Yeah. I think
our MGB is talking about, Ed, is because it's filmed in today and they know what was successful on film. Plus, it also got today's sensibilities in it. So that's why the show kind of feels that way. So you got to kind of peel that layer off for me and just look at what the true story of what they're trying to tell is there.
Yeah, the way that I approach shows and movies are different. Like, I watch it for what it is. I don't compare it to like anything else that's out there, and I accept the rules of the universe that it lives in. And I think if you do that, you enjoy stuff more than just trying to like nitpick.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to this one here, and I like season 2 because they bring you into parts of the world that's never been explored, right? But only on maps. Like my map shows Ravanian and Rune, and I'm only on episode 2, but they're in Rune now. I've never seen that explored before. Only talked about that's where the Blue Wizards went, right? And stuff like that. And then just seeing how Mordor became Mordor in season 1, and just putting the pictures together why, Mordor didn't always exist and all that kind of stuff. And then seeing Sauron, I really love season 2 is focusing on the Sauron character and how he became what he became, because I think that's a story that needs to be told. Nothing like we've done the Gollum shit to death. I don't want any more Gollum stuff, but Sauron needed to be explained.
I can see why
than Morgoth, right? Because Morgoth was a different character.
I can see why he doesn't like it, because like the Hobbit movies are more like fast paced and they're more like quirky. They're a lot. Yeah,
and there's a lot of filler they put into it that didn't necessarily jive with purists, right? Like, but yeah, I like all of it. I like anything. Like I love the fact that they're telling new stories and they're not retreading the same stories of the Ring. They're telling new stories, which I love. So
yeah. I don't know. I just love it in the way they portray like elves and dwarves and I don't know.
I love I just watched the second part with the singing of the dwarves, and I never knew that about that dwarf lore, because dwarf lore is not wrote a lot about in Tolkien. Like they're almost an afterthought. Tolkien almost treated them as an afterthought. But I love that. And this is a guy who read the Silmarillion and can barely remember 5 words from it because it was such an obtuse read. It was just Valar and all that crap. And I'm like, yes, just give me some show notes on it.
For me, this was all new because I didn't know like anything about her character. I didn't like know anything.
But Gene, that's the point. That's the point, right? Because it feels weird that she, in the movies and in the books, she's presented as this character that has this evilness in her, right? Like it's not really talked about, but you can sense it. This is how it became. That's why I love it. She has this is how she got touched by Sauron, and why that one ring. That's the pivotal point where she has that kind of moment where she could be something terrible, but now she can fade into the West in the movies. But how she got there and why she's so dangerous, like the fact that Elron, like their friendship is like he's now treating her as she's dangerous. Anybody who's a ring bearer is dangerous, right? Elron's the smartest character in the whole universe, in my opinion. Like he's the only true independent thinker. Like he has no motives outside of keeping evil down. But anyway.
But
the writing's kind of all over the place sometimes, but I see past that.
I think that's what I mean. It's like it's a mindset. Like movies are based off of books, but they're their own separate thing. And if you're going into watching a movie or show and expecting it to be 100% like the books, you're going to set yourself up for disappointment. In my opinion, then it's like, well, then why watch the movies if you
never watch a show based on similarity? Because it would be non-watchable, to be honest with you. But hey, if you play Lotro, anybody wants to play Lotro, come play with me. I'm on Ark and Stone. We're now in Arad. We're in Umber right now. So the ring has been destroyed in the game 5-6 years ago. So we're down south. New expansion coming this year. It's awesome. And now it's all about there was a civil war in Gondor. So we helped the king defeat it. Now we went to Umbar to figure out why they keep sending traders into Gondor. So it's pretty cool. I'm loving it. Really well written.
Blaze should use this in their advertising. Pico cards are like a night out. You think you pulled a stone and you wake up next to something like from Lord of the Rings. Yeah, something from like Middle Earth. Yeah. Oh God. But no, it's kind of interesting, like because there hasn't been like notice like all this other talk has just been spawned off of because there really isn't anything else like we shouldn't have had to like I've enjoyed all this conversation, but there should be more like in the Evercade like universe and hype to talk about. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah,
that's just
hard to do that week over week.
I just and again I'll just say like this year it's been the most.
We've had more of these shows this year than the previous 4 years. Like normally we have so much to talk about, but this year feels like after about 30 minutes we just talk about whatever.
True.
Well, we could be talking about the games in the collections,
We could be. Well, we could be figuring out where Rich is at. Where the hell is Rich at?
I don't know. I assume he's had a busy kind of rough week.
Does anybody remember what we left off on?
Yeah, we should do that. Let's do it next week. Let's talk about games next week.
Yeah. I try to steer you guys back.
Well, you can't steer us back to when there's nothing to steer us back to.
This is like a train. There's no steering.
Yeah, hello, dude. Once we leave the station,
I try to keep it on the rails. I don't know what the last cart we reviewed though. I think was it one of
a month ago, right? Didn't we?
Yeah, I have to go back and check the playlist.
But I think it's been more than a month.
Yeah, let's do a cart next week. We'll make agreement. We're doing a cart next week.
Yeah,
well, at least start one.
Start one.
It depends. Yeah. Where did we leave off? I don't even remember.
Bro, you're supposed to be the gatekeeper then.
I'm no gatekeeper.
You
mentioned the game and I talk about
one job. That's your one job.
Right.
Yeah, my one job is to contradict Ed.
Yeah, that's true. That is his main.
It was the 64 cart. It was. You're right. Gene, thank God. Maybe Gene should join the show.
Maybe that's where we stopped because Ed didn't want to talk about a C64 cart.
It's all Dookie. No.
I really hope when the cart's in December is Intelligent Collection 3.
What would even be on that though? Like license wise, like I don't think they could.
There's still a bunch, man. They still have like
there's a ton of Intelligent games. Yeah.
Atari has it now. It would be the M Collection. Would be Atari has the not M Collection. That's Atari, but Atari owns it now, so they probably want to get as many of those games out as possible.
You know what they should do? They should get the Kool-Aid license and come out with the Kool-Aid collection.
No,
and and do the Atari 2600 and television, the dual cart.
No, but homebrew.
Why, man?
Dude, there's so much good. Like
why? Because you can have and then have a Kool-Aid Evercade. Evercade VS themed right. Kool-Aid.
I think I better go jet. Go do some stuff. Maybe open this bad boy. Open it.
Yeah, things are kind of winding down. Anything you want to promote for your channel next week?
Yeah, well, Falmouth Collection's going to go up. I'm committed to doing that. I really want to do it. I think I'm going to enjoy that collection. And then, yeah, just regular content up on my channel. Yeah, that's about it. Very cool.
Cool. What do you got, Pro?
I have actually finished the video for C64 Collection 3. I actually finished it like on Tuesday. It's still not up yet. It's gonna go up on Tuesday this week because I didn't want to post it around the same time I was posting a video for Fishtails, which I posted yesterday. So you should skip to Thalamus. No, that we have to talk about them of the cartridges as they were released in order, chronologically. No skipping around. That'll make it harder to keep track of what we did.
Imaginary rules.
Right.
Yeah, rules. That's why I'm still back doing cartridges that people already gotten like a year ago, because I have to do everything chronologically. When I play the games, I play them chronologically.
Interesting.
I don't play them alphabetically. That's just random.
Okay.
You wind up playing sequels of games before playing the originals if you play them alphabetically.
You can do that. Yeah, I don't like that. But just, real quick, tonight I'll be streaming around 9 p.m. Central, and hopefully next week I'll be doing Legacy of Kain and Bitmap, collection and all that fun stuff.
Awesome.
So
we all should get in control tonight. All right, I'm out. Later, guys.
Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah, we should go.
Yeah, we should go.
Thanks, Crash Line, Mr. Shua, Immortal Sojourn, Sucker MC, Ember Cummings, Joe Whitlash.